ladies and gentlemen, to a quick broadcast of Jerusalem's Gate. A lot going on, and as you know, there's so much news to cover. It gives us very little time to cover it all. And I wanted to address something very important. We know that last week Iran is known, and we'll address that in a second, but Iran, their ancient name is Persia. Iran has increased their uranium enrichment to 20%. Now you're getting into the military enrichment area for weapons. You're headed towards enrichment levels that are on the path to possibly developing a nuclear weapon if they haven't already. I don't think Iran is going to let the world know immediately if they ever get to the point of developing a weapon, a nuclear bomb. Now we know that China has been doing missiles, giving them missiles that can be easily converted into very long range and very high technology wise missiles. Now I heard word that they're doing it for oil, swapping oil for these missiles that can be easily converted into some very high tech missiles. Now the way the technology, for some reason, every time technology increases, mankind always finds a way of using a technology for destructive purposes. It's always been that way since man has been on this earth. Why is that? I have no idea. But you know, we know that Ezekiel 38 talks, and you heard me talk about this numerous times, talks about the Gog and Magog war in Ezekiel 38. Now, they refer as one of the nations that's going to come against the nation Israel as Persia. And as you see in here, I hope you can see the screen, Ezekiel 38:5. Persia listed as one of the countries that will come against Israel in the latter days. I think we can all agree, ladies and gentlemen, that we're living in the last days. I mean, look at all the events that's unfolding. It seems like, and many years ago, if you've been following Jerusalem's Gate, you know I've said this. You see the last decades an increase in signs from God in different things, like listening to the gospel, wars, rumors of wars, earthquakes in diverse places, strange signs from heaven. I mean, the list goes on and on. You heard me talk about it so many different times, what Jesus listed as signs to be on the lookout for the end days and the return of Christ. Now, is Jesus coming before the day of God? Who knows? Only God himself knows the answer to that question. But my concern right now is Iran. Iran is my concern right now. And Israel has a very valid reason to be extremely worried about the advancement of Iran. Iran is advancing in technology very quickly. And we just talked about what humans do whenever technology increases. They always find a way to use it. Now, I personally feel that Iran does not want Israel to be the only country in the East that has nuclear weapons. Iran is right in the fact that when you get nuclear weapons, when a country obtains nuclear weapons, the whole position on how you handle that country immediately changes. And that's just the facts of the situation. And Iran knows this. And Iran, that's why Iran is doing their underground, whatever you want to call it, on their path to perhaps obtaining a nuclear weapon. Now, I got a video to show you. It's a real quick video about the enrichment to 20%. It's actually a video that came out a few days ago, but I wanted to show it now because it's relevant for right now. Iran is something that Israel needs to be very, very careful with, and Israel knows this. They swear to destroy Israel, and they're not shy about who they tell that to. I mean, all their parades and on everything, they talk about down with the Zionists and down with America and stuff like that. But here comes a video. I-24 gets all the credit for this video. Please watch it. It's extremely important to keep our eye on Iran. And Israel knows this. And Israel is extremely concerned about Iran. Here it comes. Thank you for watching Jerusalem's Gate. One last thing before we go to this video. I don't ask this too often, but if you would like to help out Jerusalem's Gate, we're a non-profit Christian news and network sermon. If you would kindly subscribe and hit the notification bell, hey, it would help us out tremendously. We don't make a penny on this channel, but we'd like for it to have some subscribers and click on the notification bell. With that being said, here comes the video. Remember, we love you. God be with you.
Another painful blow to the 2015 Iran nuclear deal. The Islamic Republic announcing it has resumed enriching uranium to 20% purity at the underground Fordo facility. The move is considered the most significant breach of the 2015 deal and brings Western powers and Iran closer to a direct showdown. The EU quickly expressing its concern.
I would say that if this announcement is going to be implemented, the announcement by the Iranian authorities, it would constitute a considerable departure from Iran's nuclear commitments under the JCPOA with serious nuclear non-proliferation implications.
Even so, the EU stopped short of calling Iran's move a direct violation of the JCPOA, as it awaits an official statement from the IAEA. But in Israel, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says the move is a clear evidence of Iran's military intentions, saying Iran's decision to continue violating its commitments, raise the level of enrichment, and advance its industrial capacities for underground uranium enrichment cannot be explained in any way other than the further realization of its plans to develop a military nuclear program. To make matters even more complicated, on Monday, Iran seized a South Korean tanker in the Strait of Hormuz. The move comes amid tensions between Tehran and Seoul over $7 billion of Iranian funds frozen in South Korea due to U.S. sanctions. And amid Iranian threats against President Trump and other American officials, the Pentagon has ordered the aircraft carrier Nimitz to remain in the Middle East, a move meant to deter the Islamic Republic from attacking American personnel in the Persian Gulf. Iran is still tied down by crippling U.S. sanctions, but appears to be moving full steam ahead. A massive drone exercise is planned for Tuesday in what is expected to be a display of military might and conveys a message to its enemies, making the likelihood of de-escalation more difficult to achieve and the chances for a direct confrontation almost unavoidable.